Gulf leaders call for PM's intervention.
There's no governance, no administration in Gulf as we talk.
Simbu province maintains consistency in goods and service delivery. And Fiji too strong in Rugby Sevens opener.
This is National EMTV News with Neville Troy.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is Wednesday's news. Disappointed fans are missing out on entering the Taurama Aquatic Centre because they are too late to buy a ticket. Out of all the venues, tickets for the Taurama Aquatic Centre have been the fastest selling since the start of the Pacific Games. Sarah Aupong caught up with some of the people who missed out today.
Since 11 o'clock this morning, the security guards here at the Taurama Aquatic Centre have been turning away disappointed people who have turned up late to purchase tickets to enter the venue.
Also, you got spaced up. Ticket them down.
Yeah, yesterday me fly come in, come sleep now. Mila watching game, but we come locate them ticket no got now.
In selected ticket venues around the city, crowds are struggling to get their hands on those limited seats. For this enthusiastic trio, even though they were dressed for the occasion, they couldn't get in. And this is what Team PNG missed out on.
Go, go, PNG!
Games Committee Venues Manager Ben Walsh said swimming is attracting a lot of attention and tickets have been selling out fast. Sarah Aupong, National EMTV News.
Leaders from the Gulf province have petitioned Prime Minister Peter O'Neill to intervene in the political saga plaguing the province. They said Gulf province is in an adverse political state since the conviction of Governor Havila Kavo. Erika Rupma with this report.
Gulf MPs have banded together to raise concerns on the effect of the current political impasse is having on the province. Yesterday, Gulf provincial members, including Kikori Open MP Mark Maipakai, Kerema Open Richard Mendani and 10 local-level government presidents pledged alliance to resolve the impasse in the province.
Still maintain our number in terms of political number game. But today we felt that we will update the country and the province and our citizens on events happening back at the province.
They claim that this impasse is causing delay and anxiety among the Gulf people after receiving favorable response by joint venture partners of key project infrastructure sites for the Elk and Antelope Gas project and the location of PNG's second LNG export plant in the Coastal Bay. Last week, a petition was presented to Prime Minister Peter O'Neill to resolve the matter. They have also submitted a list of preconditions to the Prime Minister to come clear on the national government's position on this project immediately.
Help the cause of the people of Kerema and Kikori district, and also the cause that the presidents of the province are fighting for.
However, MTV was unable to get a comment from the Prime Minister regarding the petition. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister has announced that the joint venture partners will continue to proceed with the Papua LNG project. Erika Rupma, National EMTV News.
One rural district in Papua New Guinea is developing into an agricultural investment destination. The Yanguru Sausia district of the East Sepik province has had infrastructure such as roads and police stations built to attract foreign investors. The district is building an agricultural-based economy that is backed by the national government and investors. Bethany Harriman takes a look at the Yanguru Sausia development template.
If done correctly, the PNG economy will experience growth in the sustainable agricultural sector in the next 10 years. Trade, Commerce and Industry Minister Richard Maru, the Yanguru Sausia MP, explained the government's intentions when taking LR Group CEO Ilan Weish on a tour of the Sepik Plain.
Whoever wants to cattle, you stay in the zone. Whoever wants to do rice, you stay in the zone. Whoever wants to oil palm, you go to the zone. There's enough land for everybody.
Yeah, that's right.
And this is corn and grains and feed.
Yeah.
The Yanguru Sausia District Authority, with 100 million kina funding from the national government, is building road infrastructures, putting electricity, improving health and education, including police stations to make the district conducive for foreign investors. The Sepik Plain is also being freed up in a special economic zone. to start agricultural developments that will include over 3 investors in different areas of the agricultural sector. The biggest challenge still remains how the people will get involved and create wealth. They've been told that they will have access to subsidized bank loans to start their own business, and 20,000 of them will be employed in one of the projects. Free education and health means every child will have equal opportunity to take part in the country's development aspirations. Now, it's a complex journey that hinges on how hard people can work to have a slice of the economy, and the foreign investors who have the expertise and technology to create a sustainable economic growth. Bethany Harriman, National MTV News.
You're watching National MTV News. We'll bring you more local stories after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back to the news. The Provincial Expenditure Review shows that Simbu Province has maintained its performance since 2008. Simbu, for the 5th time, has spent its goods and services grant on priority areas. This was revealed by the National Economic and Fiscal Commission. Fabian Hakalitz has this story.
2013 is the 5th fiscal year of implementation of the reformed intergovernmental financing arrangements. The latest 2013 Provincial Expenditure Review, titled Raising the Bar, shows Simbu still maintaining its performance with an average of 71.5 points. Other top performing provinces are Madang 70.2, Milne Bay 70.1, Manu 67.3 and East New Britain 65.4. The review shows Simbu consistently and adequately spent on service delivery activities in line with the 11 minimum priority activities. They include health, education, transport, infrastructure maintenance, primary production and village courts. National Economic and Fiscal Commission Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Horace Suve commended Simbu and other provinces in the top 5 for their fiscal commitment to making service delivery happen.
How they perform in terms of, say for instance, when you give them the money, do they spend it on the minimum priority activities? Do they use their own internal revenue? Do they spread their funding across the main service delivery sectors evenly? Are they spending their money on salaries and allowances? Are they waiting till the end of the year and then rushing to spend?
Mr. Suve says aspirational public servants are needed at every level in provinces and districts to compete and contest to create a world-class rural service delivery system. Fabian Hakalitz, National MTV News.
The U.S. Ambassador to PNG, Walter North, has described the PNG-U.S. relationship as a very old one. At the launching of the Pacific Partnership Mission in Rabaul on Monday, Ambassador North said it's a 73-year-old friendship that is growing older and stronger. His comment follows the visit of Mercy, the United States Naval Hospital ship, to Rabaul earlier this week.
The arrival of Mercy, the U.S. Naval Floating Hospital, is one that has reaffirmed the PNG-U.S. partnership that began a very long time ago. While many may not see it as important, the U.S. Ambassador to PNG, Walter North, says it's a representation of hard work of the forefathers that sacrificed their lives as helpers of the Allied force during the Second World War's Battle of the Pacific.
We have a wonderful relationship with Papua New Guinea. It's a relationship that goes back many, many decades. It's built on shared sacrifice during the Second World War. It's built on shared commitment to economic growth as represented by massive projects like the ExxonMobil deal.
The visit of Mercy under the Pacific Partnership Mission serves to provide humanitarian assistance and disaster relief preparedness in the Indo-Asia Pacific region. East New Britain province has been viewed as one of the places located within a disaster zone, and the visit to the province this week is one that seeks to teach the East New Britain people on how to fend for themselves in the days following a disaster.
The beautiful volcanoes that we drove by in the ship, it's still important to us to be connected to the people of Papua New Guinea.
The visit of Mercy to Papua New Guinea comes after every 2 years, and it brings with it some of the vital services that the PNG government can provide to its people. Edwin Fidelis, National EMTV News, Kokopo.
And now we take a look at the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.3635 US in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.355 US, $0.4737 Australian dollars, $0.3187 euro, and 43.07 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, and cocoa all closed lower, while copper closed the day higher. Palm oil, crude oil, and copper all closed the day lower. And finally, on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed at 93 points higher, the All Ordinaries closed at 38 points higher, and the ASX closed at 44 points higher. And that's it for news. We have Trukai Sports up next, where we look at rugby sevens and the swimming from the 15th Pacific Games. Those stories after the break.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. It was a disappointing start to the PNG Pukpuks campaign, losing their first match 17-0 to open their sevens campaign in the Pacific Games. With ball possession the biggest issue for the team, coach Billy Rapilla said he was proud of the boys' efforts. MTV's Lorraine Genia was over at the BSP Stadium earlier today.
The opening of the game was stalled by a knock-on and Fiji took control right away. Showing dominance with field play, the Fijians were quick to make breaks, scoring through gaps on the 22.
Swarming tackles coming in from the Fijians, a turnover.
Fiji scored minutes into the first half, taking the lead 5-0, with the PNG Pukpuks trying to match their fitness. The beginning of the second half saw the Pukpuks improve with their defence. However, William Rue and Hubert Cheraha made several mistakes in the opposition's 15, allowing the Fijians to again step over the Pukpuks with another easy try.
He's too quick, too much power, too much pace.
The Fijians again proved to the Pacific why they are the world champs after defeating Papua New Guinea 3-0. Despite the unfortunate loss, coach Billy Rapilla commended the boys on their efforts and believes they can do 1 or 2 better than bronze this time around.
Something very humbling to have a home crowd support and really try to take world champions on at home crowd is obviously a really humbling experience for the boys. And I think, yeah, as I said, the effort was great. Just the little things, the little mistakes let us down, and we let ourselves down by just, obviously not holding on to the ball too much.
Ben Ryan, coach of the Fiji Sevens team, also commending the Pukpuks, acknowledging them as one of their threats in the competition.
Lorraine, actually, we knew PNG would be a worthy opponent, you know, and I know they were going to be pretty good and physical, and the crowd's on their side as well. So we had to work hard for that in windy conditions. It's nice to keep the scoreboard on one side to 0, and with a new cap as well, scoring at the end as well. So it's all good.
Now, Coach Ben Ryan, they're quietly confident that his boys can go all the way. However, we still have a few more matches. Tomorrow are the qualifiers and, of course, the medal playoffs. Lorraine Genia, National EMTV Sports.
Day 3 of the competition for swimming, and PNG has carried on its medal-winning streak since day 1, with more medals expected to come from this evening's finals, and that gets underway at 6 p.m. Crowd favorite and PNG's #1 swimmer Ryan Pinney is looking forward to a third-time-around gold medal performance for PNG. Godwin Eki has this story.
Day 3's events for swimming kicked off early this morning with the preliminary events, starting off with the women's 50-meter breaststroke heats 1 to 3, followed by the men's 50-meter breaststroke, men's 100-meter freestyle and men's 400-meter freestyle. Papua New Guinea will have 7 swimmers who will take part in the heats finals from this morning, including the big fish Ryan Pinney, who's already eyeing his 3rd gold in this evening's events. Starting his career in swimming 5 years ago from Medang is Sam Sedges, who's also representing Papua New Guinea in the finals this evening.
No, I'm master at representing PNG, so I'm big privilege for me.
Also, whole life we've installed in Papua New Guinea now. Now, so we got a chance to represent the PNG now. See medal now, so big blessings to that. We are master at this.
Finals for this morning's preliminary events will kick off at 6 p.m. this evening, and Papua New Guinea is expected to take home some more medals. Godwin Aki, National MTV Sports.
And that's all we have in True Kai Sports. Up next, the weather details for the next 24 hours. Stay tuned.
True Kai Sports. True Kai Sports.
And a quick look at the weather forecast for the southern region. All centers are expecting fine weather, except for cloudy periods in Daru. And that's how it is this Wednesday, 8th of July, 2015. We will now continue the MTV broadcast of the 2015 Pacific Games. From the news team, pleasant viewing. Good night.